Imagine two California 5-year-olds ready to begin kindergarten. Let's meet the rest of their class. Here are 100 5-year-olds. Let's imagine they represent all 5-year-olds in the state of California. 40% will have limited access to preschool. These 12 here won't actually join school until they're 6 because they will not go to kindergarten, which might leave them academically behind. The student population is diverse, with a majority, 54 of our 100, Latino. Once they head to elementary school, 8 will go to charter schools and another 7 to private schools. The vast majority will go to district-run public schools. Private school enrollment is flat, while charter schools are growing around 10% per year, so that each year, one student will move from the district school to a charter school. Most will learn similar content, particularly reading, writing, and math, according to California state standards. Schools are now implementing the Common Core curriculum to focus on conceptual skills, problem-solving, and critical thinking. Let's take a look at the public investment that will be made in these students as they make their way through school. Over the last several decades, California has slipped far behind the average spending in the rest of the United States. It is thousands of dollars behind higher-performing states such as Massachusetts and New York. Our funding for schools is highly dependent on the income tax. While funding dropped even more through the Great Recession, it has been closing the gap with the national average over the last several years. Let's go back to our 100 students who are now ready to finish 8th grade. Unfortunately, their academic performance hasn't been great for all of them. On the nation's report card, only 28 to 29% score proficient or above in math and reading. Compared to other states, California scores 42nd and 43rd among the 50 states. In high school, their paths start diverging dramatically. They will be given a broad-based college prep curriculum to prepare them for admission to college. Some will also participate in career and technical education to ready themselves immediately for a career. How much have they learned? Overall, according to the most recent statewide performance assessments, only 33% have met or exceeded the standards. Significant opportunity gaps of 30 to 40 points across the subgroups of ethnicity and income are apparent in math. The same story is true in English language arts. Of our 100 students, 20 will drop out along the way. Of the 15 boys and 5 girls who drop out each year, they will earn $10,000 less than their counterparts who graduated from high school, will cost the state $46.4 billion annually in social costs and social services, and will be 8 times more likely to go to jail or prison. Nationally, 68% of prisoners are high school dropouts. Over their lifetimes, 1 in 3 African American males and 1 in 6 Latino males will be incarcerated. Let's look at some trend lines using 1970 as a baseline. The state population has grown 90% since 1970. The combined University of California and Cal State University enrollment has grown 121%. Meanwhile, the number of inmates exploded in the 1980s through the present. Spending per prisoner and per K-12 student has increased disproportionately from 1994 to 2014, when spending per prisoner increased 5 times more than spending per K-12 student. Let's go back to our students, now 80 high school graduates, and see how they did. Around 40 will become eligible for admission to a University of California or California State University. 49% of our students who pursue higher education, or about 1.4 million people every year, will enroll at a California community college. The California State University system has about 400,000 undergraduates. 8% are at the University of California. Most of the 400 nonprofit institutions are small. Only a few in that category are as large as USC. The private for-profit segment has been growing more rapidly, now numbering over 1,000 institutions geared to specific industries and occupations. Of the 65% of our students enrolled in community colleges and Cal State universities, less than half will complete their intended degrees or transfers, largely due to lack of college readiness. What will the future hold for our students now traveling different paths? Are they prepared for work and life in the 21st century? Already, technologies exist that could displace millions of workers to automation and outsourcing, a trend that seems poised to continue. What will it mean for labor markets when cars and trucks can drive themselves, robots can harvest tomatoes, and computer algorithms can diagnose cancer? Modern labor markets are fluid, and skills may need to be portable to be survivable. What are the emerging best practices in California that will prepare our students for work and life in a rapidly evolving economy? What are the navigation points for a 21st century education system that expands quality of life and opportunity for all in California?